Hello, ladies and gentlemen, ChakrasAura here. I have been thinking a lot about doing a video like this for quite some time now. And now that I have the time, and I'm not being such a lazy son of a bitch, here is my top 10 favorite video games of all time. Now, mind you all, this is my opinion. I don't want anyone to hate on my opinion on what my favorite games are to me. So keep your hate to yourself, okay? To add on, when I say some of my top 10s, I mean the whole timeline of a game. Like, for example, I'm not going to name just one Harry Potter book, I'm going to name the whole series. You feel me? Alright, let's get started. Top 10 on this list is Super HexAGone and The Impossible Game. Now, I didn't want to start off everything by making a tie for 10th, but I felt it was necessary for the same reason. Both Super HexAGone and The Impossible Game have amazing soundtracks embedded in them, and boy am I a sucker for great soundtracks. The difficulty of the game made it also fun to watch people rage at it on YouTube. It makes me giggle in my pants even more to know that I have beaten every level of both games. Yeah, I just wanted to add that in there. Number 9 on this list is Dust and Elysian Tale. Dust is an action-adventure platformer that struck me much before I initially played it. When I was over at a friend's house, he showed me Dust, claiming that I will like it because of it is my style of games. I sat down and watched him play the game, and I loved it. And not only did I enjoy my friend kicking ass while he is Dust with his companion Fidget, I found out that he was at the end of the game. Yeah, hardcore spoilers from the get-go. Love it. Number 8 on this list goes to Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda series was one of the major origins as a gamer for me. Watching my friend playing it made me grow more and more interested as a gamer in general. When I was old enough to pick up a controller, LOZ, Ocarina of Time, was the game I played, and I loved it. Majora's Mask was one of the more difficult ones for me, because of the time. But I would have to say that Wind Waker has to be one of my favorite ones. It was one of the first Zeldas I have beaten, with a close second of Ocarina of Time. In the end, Zelda will be one of my favorite game series of all time, regardless. Number 7 on this list goes to Bioshock. As a young lad, I loved anything and everything my brothers and my one sister used to play. My brothers were all into those Call of Duties and whatnot, but my sister was into something that looked absolutely amazing. Seeing her shooting bolts of lightning out of her hand, then jabbing her character with the blue liquid, which I cringed on almost every time, made me want to play the game myself. So I did, and it's now on this list. The story is amazing, the gameplay is amazing, the characters are unique, it's just such a great series as a whole. Once they come out with a new game, you bet your ass I will be waiting by the nearest GameStop for that son of a bitch to come out. Number 6 on this list goes to World of Warcraft. At around the same time I was discovering Bioshock, my father got into this game that at the time I didn't know the genre for. An MMORPG sounds like a rocket launcher that shoots rainbows propelled with jet fuel. It was the first game on the PC that I really got into. Then it was Minecraft. Fucking Minecraft. But when I started playing more and more with my night elf druid named He's There, I got more competitive as a gamer. This is a game that changed the way I played games forever. Battlegrounds, raids, dungeons, all of those with a combined explosion of teamwork made a much more serious gamer as a whole. Things do change when you play one of the most popular games of all time, don't they? Number 5 on this top 10 list is the Elder Scrolls series. Man, I remember playing Arena on the PC as well as Daggerfall and Morrowind. These games were classic PC games, which is where I get the love for RPG and strategy games. When Oblivion came out and one of my friends got it, I would usually head over with a couple of other friends and we would stay up all night playing it. Man, those were some good times. Want to know something funny? My brother hates the Elder Scrolls games. Really, he does. One time when he came home and saw me playing Skyrim, he told me to get off and let him on. The next day, I find that all my saved data from the game were gone, and that he sold the Skyrim to GameStop, and he pocketed the cash. Still never forgave him for that. I had a level 58 on there. Saddens my heart. Number 4 on this list is Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes, the Freddy fanboy has returned yet again. Let's name off some of the basics of this game. Moderately scary jump scares that can be overcome by a flooding of them. The characters or animatronics are very relatable and very likable, even if they are after you for blood. And Foxy. Oh yes, Foxy. I would feel that the main reason that Five Nights is on this list is because of the story behind the whole franchise. The fandom of the game is going crazy over what the story really and truly means, and it is all thanks to the love and hate relationship with Scott Cawthon. Gotta give it up to the guy. He wanted to end his video gaming career for good, from all the negative comments he received from various players, and then turning around and making one of the best-selling games of all time? You gotta give the guy credit for his works. Kudos, Scott. Kudos. Number 3 on this list goes to Ori and the Blind Forest. The game that shut up the crowd, as one announcer said on E3 2014. Ori and the Blind Forest is an action-adventure platformer, just like Dust, and was in production for over 4 years. And with this much detail, I can see why. When I was watching the E3 2014 trailer of Ori and the Blind Forest for the first time, it shut me up. I was in awe. Beautiful, I thought. How a game can change someone's mood in less than a minute with a simple 2-minute trailer. I was instantly in love, and I rewatched the trailer over and over, listening to the amazing music that was playing, as well as watching the art gliding across my eyes. This was the first time a trailer to a video game has brought me to tears for how beautiful it is. It will be a game that I will remember for years to come and be recognized as being in my top 3 favorite games of all time. Number 2 on this list goes to Pokemon. Just saying Pokemon brings back so many memories of a time where I was a young boy. Watching the show and seeing Ash and his friends and their Pokemon, I just remember the games that were created on the Nintendo Color and erasing my brother's account. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. But, and I mean big buts, I have memories of playing with my friends and wrecking them in every match that I played against them. But one thing that sparked me to put Pokemon so high on the list was because of that one certain character. A blue-looking Pokemon that stands on his hind legs. Pokemon 448 on the Pokédex and Guardian of Aura. Lucario is the reason why Pokemon is so high on this list. If it wasn't for playing these games and getting so developed into every one I played and watching the movies on top of that, my little blue friend would have not existed in my mind, nor my YouTube name. It would have been different. Maybe just Chakras, or maybe my Xbox name at the time, Inkbob207, or Your Respect. Who knows? To be honest, I am glad I got to know Lucario when I did, because if it wasn't for him, this video would probably not have been made. Honestly. We are now down to the number 1 favorite game of all time. Now for this last one, I just wanted to let you all know that it was a very close call between this and Pokemon. A very close call. I looked back through all my memories, and the ones I cherish most came from playing this game. How I used to playing with my friends and family and winning all of the matches we would have played because I knew all of the best weapon locations. I devoted my time to playing this game and learning the best spots and weapon placements on the maps. And to add icing on the cake, it was the first game that I have beaten on the hardest difficulty when I was 8 years old. That game, which took the cake for number 1 on my list, was Halo. Yes, I know I am a Halo fanboy, I get it. I would go home every day from school and dominate the living room TV by playing Halo 2 all night long. I have beaten and played every single Halo that has come out. I have not done that with any other game other than Five Nights at Freddy's. But Halo was the first one. Halo will always be with me until I die, as well as Lucario, but that's besides the point. Why is this my favorite game to me? Because it has it all. Action, a story, music, multiplayer, just the right amount of difficulty, co-op, beauty, warthogs? The list goes on forever, my friends. A game that has it all is worthy enough to be in my #1 pick in my top 10 list. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for watching.